What is important is to understand that innovation does not equal technology. Technology is a beautiful toy, but really innovation is about people. It's about society. It's about future. It's about solving complex problems that otherwise cannot be solved. Technology has been disrupting us for the last 200 years. But today we are at a moment when convergence of many disruptive technologies will create a tipping point in the world as we do not know it now. And I'm speaking about 5G, AI, blockchain, Internet of Humans. And what is important is that we engage broader groups of citizens into learning what this new world will be about. And when I say learning, I mean innovating together. A traditional way of thinking about policymakers and governments is that they are bureaucrats, that their role is to control, that their role is to govern. The new way to think about policymakers and governments is that they are innovators. They are entrepreneurial people. They are creative people who work together with different stakeholders in the ecosystem and lead this collaboration to develop new regulation, to develop new frameworks and fund projects which really make sense for the citizens. Now, to do this, you cannot look at policymaking from your desk. You really need to have new ways of interacting with people. And I like to say, you need to have networks. You need to be able to build the trusted networks with different citizens. And this is not something you can buy or engineer. This is a process through which you slowly and steadily engage different groups, different stakeholders. First of all, it's not about voting. Second, it's not about asking experts. Of course, this is still important. But really what is valuable is in creating a space where you can co-create with citizens. And this is what the Digital Future Society is about. Creating a platform for discussion and for producing insights into what is below the radar screen. What is happening, but we're just not aware that this future is happening right now. Then an important part of the work is creating recommendations for policymakers and for business leaders. And these recommendations are, I would even say, consulted with the global society. In the recent Digital Future Society meeting in Barcelona, we worked on the digital skills, the future of work, on data governance, on climate emergency. All these are very relevant topics. And the Digital Future Society brings top government leaders, the digital minister from South Korea or the PhD student from Oxford, who are clashing with their different viewpoints. And out of this creative clash comes a unique insight. Network thinking is one of key competencies for the future. The Mobile World Congress was cancelled at the last moment because of the global health situation. Now, what I witnessed at the ecosystem was just a whole social movement. Everyone in the ecosystem was doing network thinking. They created dozens of innovation spaces and stages and platforms where people could come, could speak, could listen, could connect with the investors and startups. So this is a network thinking phenomenon in practice. It's a distributed leadership. It's people get organized because something happened and they believe in something. They want to do something. So they are just connecting the dots and innovating as it comes. And the hashtag Tech Spirit Barcelona is a fantastic manifestation of network thinking. You cannot create an MIT today. You cannot copy Silicon Valley. But still, we need new types of institutions. We need new types of universities. We need new types of platforms that bring different actors, different stakeholders to develop complex solutions to complex problems. Now, one of the most interesting experiments in the European Union over the last decade were setting up the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, and then most recently setting the European Innovation Council and proposing what is known as the mission-oriented approach to innovation. The European 2020 was about funding projects. The Horizon Europe is about funding missions. So putting the ecosystem together around certain bigger goal, shared values, certain vision, such as carbon neutral cities or plastic-free oceans or fighting cancer, and then allowing for creativity, for entrepreneurship to come together and deliver solutions. A metaphor of a man on the moon is a good metaphor. Imagine that there is a vision which seems absolutely unimaginable, and then suddenly, within a short time, it comes true. A mission is not a project. A mission is a way where the top-down leadership and funding meets the bottom-up experimentation. And this bottom-up experimentation happens because universities, research labs, businesses, governments, citizens collaborate to achieve certain purpose that is shared, because people believe that something is important for them. If you believe that this really makes sense, you start to collaborate across the borders, across the silos. And then what happens is that emerges a portfolio of projects where the public funding leverages private funding. Naturally, some of these projects grow bigger, others fail, some get consolidated, but through this natural process of entrepreneurial innovation, you arrive to a future that seemed beyond your reach. I do believe that Europe will be a carbon neutral continent by 2050. This is what I would like for my children.